Hi everyone, Serge is Mike speaking, and Merry Christmas to everyone out there. I hope you guys are doing great. Okay, as you can see, looking at my screen, you will see that we have a schematic diagram. But yeah, we are going to look into that after. So first, what is this live streaming about? What is it all about? First, I'm going to thank anyone joining. I'm really grateful, and also Happy New Year to you all. So actually, I'm giving a let me see, a give or offer. Is it a give? Yeah, promotion, something like that. Whatever it is, but it's actually good for those of you who have been wanting to increase your knowledge in mobile repairing, wanting advanced level mobile repairing courses. So yeah, this is actually the time for all of you to get it, because yeah, I can say that it was quite expensive. I'm talking about my courses, right? They were quite expensive, but yeah, right now I can tell you that okay, everyone can actually afford it, because there is a 58% discount in both of my courses. You understand? Okay, let me show you what I'm talking about right here before. Yeah, we will go into some lessons, some chip level lessons, schematic level lessons. Then you will see what the courses are about. So because of these holidays and Merry Christmas, I decided to set a discount in my courses, which will last for 1 week, right? Okay, great. So I think you are seeing the screen right here. Let me zoom it in a bit. Okay, you can see my products right here. You see that I have two courses here, right? So you can see 58% off. So you might not know how huge this discount is, if in case you did not know about my course price, the standard price. So let me tell you something. You see, this is already a discount, but this is not what you will be paying for this course, and this is not the original pass, the original price of the course. So we have the basic level course right here, which cost 75 US dollars. So after this discount, promotion discount, it will be it won't be, it's actually 35, yeah, $35 at the moment. So you see, from $75 to $35 at the moment. That's a huge discount, right? So looking at the professional level course, which is what everyone wanted, most of you guys wanted this. So this course is currently 65 US dollars, from 155 US dollars to 65 US dollars, and it will be at this price for a week. So that, I think that's amazing. That will be amazing for everyone who wanted to get these courses, increase their knowledge, and yeah, it's actually good, right? Okay, so I'm going to put on the promo code. If you are watching this on TikTok, you can just check my bio and you will see the link. So if you are watching this on YouTube, I'm going to put my promo code in the chat so that you can use the promo code to get a 58% discount in both of the courses, so any of the courses that you want to get. Okay, so I'm going to do that right there on YouTube. So that is my promo code. That is my promo code. So the one that you will use on the website to get the 58% off discount for the courses. You understand? So let me also copy the link and paste in the chat section of the YouTube stream. So I'm going to copy this, so you can go directly through the link to purchase the courses. Okay, so what is the standard price of this complete course? The complete course, for you to purchase them when the price is normal, it's actually $230, but right now you can get both of the courses for just $100. That's really amazing. I'm really happy for this discount, right? It will be for 1 week. A lot of you guys will be able to get the courses right here. Okay, so let me show you what you will do if in case you want to purchase. So for example, if you are the one who wants to purchase the course and you want this 58% discount, you want to purchase the professional level course, you just click on it. So if you click on it through the link that I sent to you, that I pasted it in the chat, it will automatically place this discount. You understand, the 58% discount. So all you have to do is scroll down and also make sure that you look at this layout of the course to know if this is actually what you want, because I always want that if you are getting my course, you should know that you are trying to learn what you don't know already. You understand, you don't have to get a course meanwhile you know everything. So here you can see I've detailed everything about my course, starting from here down to here. So you can see the course content: no trigger, circuit plus troubleshooting, which means that you are going to troubleshoot to know the circuits that are related to no trigger problem in a mobile phone. And yeah, you will learn how to troubleshoot that. You can see trigger active, no power. You will learn the circuits that are related to trigger active in a mobile phone, when the trigger is actually active but no power. So if you are watching this, kindly like the live stream. I'm actually live right now. This is no playback, you understand. So you just have to get to the website, you scroll down, you see all the lessons. And the sweetest thing about my professional level course, which is this right here, is that you see all these lessons. I'm still uploading some bonus lessons in which you will keep getting updated every time with new lessons, and you are not going to pay for the new lessons. Okay, so once you have checked on everything and you see that you are going to, yeah, this is what you want. As you can see, you see the standard price, it's always $55, you understand, but right now you are getting it for $65. It's always 155, yeah, standard price $155, but right now we are getting it for $65. So how can you do this? You just click on add to cart right here. So once you add it, you can see here, you can see checkout right here, right? So you can either also check the basic level course. You just have to click on checkout. Okay, let me show you that how you can get the discount if it's actually working. So you can see it automatically applied the promo code. Like I said, if you click on the link in which I pasted right here, I will just pin the link so that you can see and easily go to this page. I have pinned the link in the chat, live chat, and I'm going to do same in the comment section. So once you go through the link, it will automatically apply the 58% discount code. And as you can see, this is what you will be paying: $65, not $155. This is amazing. Keep in mind, I said it will expire in just a week, right? Okay, so that's how you do. You just put your email right here, you message. You can actually get into messaging me after putting your email, because when you purchase, I can get into to contact with you, right? I can contact you, then we chat. I send the course manually, activate your email address and everything. So once you purchase it from here, you will have a download link to download a file in which will give you all my contact lists, and you will do that. For the level 1 course, once you purchase it, you are going to get the download link straight away, and you will also get an email, yeah, to message me if in case, you understand. Okay, so right here, let's look into some lessons. I always like to, yeah, at least when I talk about stuff like this, I want you to also study a bit, then know that okay, you will actually learn a lot from this. So before I go into some lessons which are from this professional level course, I want to repeat this process again, like just this layout right here. I really want you to understand something about this section. When you get to the page, don't just rush into check out, except that you know me very well, you have been following me, and you know that okay, I can actually teach you what you want to know. But when you get here, make sure that you check all the things that you are going to learn. So you can see that all-time access, which means that once you purchase the course and I register your email, you will always have access to this course, right? You will see all the lessons, and I think by now I have already added like 15 bonus lessons which are not even included here. Like you see, by the time I was creating this course, I said micro soldering and rebuilding videos. Okay, yeah, I actually updated it saying they are already added into the course, right? But when I first uploaded it, I actually informed everyone that micro and rebuilding videos will be updated into the course for free, so they are actually available in the course right now. Okay, so let's look into some circuits. Let's look into this circuit. Like I don't think that you will understand anything, because this is just a middle video of a particular problem that I'm teaching how to troubleshoot, which is a circuit level lesson. So I'm going to play that right here. I believe you are going to listen to the voice. Before we move to the next, there are a few things in which you need to understand about the main power supply of the CPU. Let me give out these two things to you that I'm talking about. So when it comes to the main power supply of the CPU, we talked about the VREG on the circuit that we are working on. So I want you to keep in mind that it must not be the VREG. It will be different depending on the circuit that you are working on the phone brand, and on the schematic software that you are using. So these are the things that you should expect to see. VREG, to see V out, and VBUG. So this VBUG right here stands for the input voltage. The V out stands for the input voltage of an IC. The V out stands for the input voltage. The V is supposed to be here, yeah, stands for input. So all these inputs right here, all these that you see right here, are from the power manager IC, and from the power manager IC there are outputs, and when it's getting to the CPU or to any IC, it's known as the input of that IC. So the second thing that you should keep in mind is that the CPU only inputs voltage. The CPU only takes in voltage. The CPU does not give out voltage. This is what you need to keep in mind. The CPU takes in voltage from the PMU IC, and the CPU does not give out voltage. The CPU is not the power supply component. When the CPU takes in voltage, what it gives out? It gives out signals. This is what you need to understand about the CPU. So you can say you are finding the input and the output voltage of the CPU. You find in the input of the CPU, then you find in the signals of the CPU, which are going to other ICs to control the functions of the ICs. Okay, so like you have seen the lesson, right? That's just one of the lessons, and I can tell that you cannot actually understand anything from that lesson, because either you don't know how to read schematic diagram, or you don't know the deepest part in troubleshooting mobile phone faults. Okay, so we have a lot of lessons right here. Let me just come right here, so you can see different topics in troubleshooting. yeah, you can see different topics in troubleshooting, and this starts from small current or no trigger current, no trigger fault in a mobile PCB. You understand each of the circuits starting from the block diagram to the schematic diagram, PCB layout, and how you can actually troubleshoot using schematic diagrams. You understand? So I will give you an example of the starting lesson of this course, the professional level course. So the professional level course starting lesson is not a basic level lesson. So keep in mind, that's why I have the basic level course and the professional level course. The professional level course first, let me show you something before we get into the videos. Let me come. Okay, great. If I come to the professional level layout, which is the information of the professional level course, you will see that the first lesson is no trigger circuit and troubleshooting. This is not a basic level lesson because you are studying no trigger fault, no current trigger fault. You are actually studying the circuit, which is like a block diagram, to understand what type of components cause this type of fault in a mobile PCB, and later you will understand how you can troubleshoot. You understand? Okay, so I'm just going to play a video. Let's play the first lesson right here, then you will see how it is. This is the first level of the professional level course, so I think it will really be interesting to you. Okay, great. So you have the first level of the professional. In this lesson, we will take a look at small current trigger. What is small current trigger on a mobile phone? Again, you have to connect your phone to a DC power supply. Set the voltage. You have to set the voltage, connect your phone, then press and hold the power key for at least 5 seconds. The current consumption that you will get will be between 0 and 200. It can be between 0 to 50, 0 100, 0 to 150, and it will stop there. It won't surpass 200 current consumption, which is 200. Okay, just for you to understand something here, don't get confused. You see this 200 written right here. This is not 200 ampere. This is 200 milliampere, so don't get confused and don't expect to see like 200. You will see 0.200. You understand? Not the 200 ampere. It's actually milliampere right there. 100 ampere right here. So this type of fault, or this type of current consumption right here, the system won't be able to boot normally. The system can't boot normally with such a low current consumption right here, which totally means that there is one part or two part, three parts inside the phone in which current is not reaching. This type of fault is known as small current trigger when the current consumption is between 0 and 200. It must not be 200 exact. It can be between 0 100, 0 150, 0 200. So what I want you to understand that it won't surpass 200 right here. So how can you solve no trigger problem, and what circuits are related to no trigger problems on a mobile PCB? We are going to look into that step by step. Okay, great. You see, that's just the first lesson, which is to make you understand that for you to be able to know if a phone has no trigger fault or not, you will actually need your DC power supply to know if there is current trigger in that phone or not. You understand? And as you go through the lessons, you will also know the current stages of mobile phones. You understand? as you go through the lessons, you will also know the current stages of mobile phone, which means that, for example, if a phone is not switching on when you press the power key while you connect it using your boot cable to your DC power supply, when you connect it, switch it on, you see that it actually has trigger, but the trigger, which is a certain level, the number which is a certain level, you will know that, okay, this number right here is due to no import mode in the CPU, the hard disk is not functioning, the RAM is not functioning, and all that stuff. You understand? Because when a phone is booting up, once you already know the current stages of a mobile phone, you know that, okay, when you press the power key, you need to see this trigger, and that's the power IC. When it gets to the CPU and the CPU goes through import mode, there is what we call through import mode, and we have the processing mode and the boot information mode, and all these modes will have a certain range of numbers in which you will need to see in your DC power supply when you are turning it up. When you have connected the phone, switch on the phone. You understand? So it doesn't matter if the phone is switching on or not, because most people will think that, okay, for a phone to be dead, it means that there is no trigger. There is actually trigger. You can actually switch it on. You see that it goes up to 250 milliampere, but you won't see any light. You understand? So, but keep in mind, these things, you study them in my professional level course. You study them in my professional level course, which you can now get for $65 instead of $150. This will last only for a week. Yeah, this is let's say a Christmas gift for all of you out there. It's a Christmas gift. So you can see right here you have 58 off discount, so you are getting the courses all together. These two courses, you will get them for $100 right now instead of $230, which is always the standard price, and this will be just for a week. Okay, so let's go to the next professional level lesson of the professional level course. So we are talking about small current trigger, or trigger fault, right? So we are going to look into the block diagram. When it comes to small current trigger, what circuit do we really have to work on? For small current trigger, we have our complete trigger circuit right here, which we have already studied everything about this circuit. So for the small current trigger, we will focus on the outputs of the power manager IC. And we will focus on the components that the output of the power manager IC are going to. So if you look at this circuit right here, you will see that this circuit right here can cause small current trigger. We are going to look more into this circuit, to this connection, see the type of output that the power manager IC gives out. As you can see right here, we have the eMMC, which is the hard disk. We have the CPU right here, which will carry the random memory right here, which will carry the temporary storage right there. Then we have these ones right here, which are for other smaller ICs on the mobile PCB. So if you check on right here, you will see that these ICs are other ICs on the mobile PCB. They are not bigger ICs. They are ICs like the Wi-Fi IC and the components that get their power supply from the power manager IC. Okay, and don't forget again, all these ICs are connected to ground. They have a lot of ground pins, which are GND pins that they are connected to. Okay, so as you can see, that's the first step in getting to know how you can troubleshoot no trigger fault. That's the first step, knowing the components that can be related to no trigger fault. By knowing the components, by understanding the block diagrams, which includes the components that are related to the circuit, from there you know how these ICs function, and you know the one that can be causing no trigger fault in most cases. Then from there, yeah, you will know how to troubleshoot step by step. So as you can see, this is the first, and we have the second lesson, which is just a start up to understanding no trigger fault or small current trigger. So as you can see, we have small current triggers here, right? So if I go back, we were talking about small current triggers. If I go back, then we look into no trigger circuit. In this no trigger circuit, we start everything from the beginning, like the circuit starting from the V bar. We start everything from the V bar, which means that, okay, for you to solve no trigger fault, you need to know that the no trigger fault needs to start from the battery connector. For example, if the battery connector V bar line has an open circuit, the charging IC is not receiving the V bar voltage to give out the VPH voltage that will cause a small current trigger. That will cause a no trigger problem. So no trigger current problem. Sorry. So without the power supply to the power manager IC, there can be any trigger in a mobile phone. And even if in those cases where you get a power supply into the power manager IC and you have an open circuit between the power manager IC and the power button, that will cause a no trigger fault. You understand? But in this type of cases, you will actually see that the phone can charge, but the phone wouldn't be able to switch on. So let's look into a lesson that talks about no trigger fault at all. Let me see I don't know which of the lesson is the first no trigger fault. V bar main power circuit. Okay, so for you to understand everything in this no trigger fault, you need to start from this lesson. So like I said, these are my professional level lessons, so I'm not showing everything in order. I just want you to know that, okay, you can learn everything in this course in great details. If you are watching this on YouTube, yeah, I have the link pinned to the chat right there. You can see my promo code. You can use the promo code. You can see that, okay, you can get the course very cheap. My course is very cheap right here. So again, instead of getting the courses for $230, you can get them for $100 from now till the 2nd of January. That's a Merry Christmas gift and a New Year gift for you guys. You understand? Okay, so this is the most important circuit that you need to know if you are interested in troubleshooting phones that are not powering on. Okay, let's take a look at the lesson. For you to understand no trigger problem on a mobile phone and how to solve it, you need to know all the circuits that are related to no trigger problem, and we are going to go through this circuit and how they operate step by step. So first, the first circuit that we'll be working on, that I will teach you right here, will be the V part to the main power supply circuit. So this V part to the main power supply circuit is the circuit in which the DC primary is being converted to the main power supply, which is the secondary DC. So in this circuit, what we have first in the circuit, we have this, which is the battery. So a phone battery can be 3.7 volt to 4.3 volt depending on the phone brand or depending on the battery itself. When we have the battery, we normally have the ground, and the reason why I'm keeping this ground, I'm showing you this ground right here, is for you to understand that any side in a mobile phone that has a voltage has a ground, which is the GND. You understand? And the reason why I extend it right here is for you to understand that the more you go into the circuit, any IC that you see will have a ground, any corner in the circuit will have a ground. Okay, so when we have our battery, what do we have next? We have the output of the battery, and the output that we get from the battery is known as the VBAT. So this VBAT is the positive side of the battery, and the negative side is what we call the GND, the ground of the battery. You understand? So when we get the VBAT, we get next a line which is connected to the VPAT. So actually you will see right here that we have two VPATs, right? So following this circuit, at the end you will know how the VPAT is being converted to the main power supply. So the question now is, where are these two lines heading to, and why is there supposed to be two lines right here? These two lines are heading to an IC, integrated IC, which is this right here, and the IC is called the charging IC. Again, you might be asking yourself, why do we have two same lines going into one IC? Okay, so this is where everything gets interesting. The second line that you see right here actually gets into an integrated IC, which is integrated with the charging IC, as you can see right here, and this IC is known as the MOS tube. So this MOS tube that is integrated with the IC operates using signals from the charging IC. So when the charging IC gives it command, it gives out the main power supply. So we have our main power line right here, and this main power supply is what is known as the VPH power, or the VPAT SYS. So I will come back then explain how we manage to get this main power supply. We get two inputs right here, and in schematics you are not going to see these two lines. You will see only this main VPAT line. The reason why I added this line is for you to understand that this IC, this MOS tube IC, is integrated with the charging IC, and it gets a VPAT line into the MOS tube. So when it gets the VPAT line into the MOS tube, it outputs this VPH power right here. And the line that gets into the MOS tube, the line that gets the VPAT voltage into the MOS tube, only sends out. It doesn't take in voltage. So when you are charging your phone, the voltage that charges your battery passes through the main VPAT line. It doesn't pass through the line that passes through the MOS tube. You understand? So this VPAT, main VPAT line, sends out voltage to convert it, for the MOS tube to convert it to the main power supply, and the main VPAT line takes in voltage as well to charge the battery. So the only thing that this line does, this MOS tube line does, is that it helps convert the primary DC, which is the VPAT, to the main power supply that you see right here, which is the VPH power. Okay, so you see, that's just the first step in understanding no trigger circuit. So I can tell that from here you have already understood the circuits that are related. For you to you already know the circuits that are related to no trigger fault, and these are not all the components that are related. This is just the first. It's not even the secondary part of the main power supply. I just wanted you in this lesson to understand how the VBAT is being converted to the main power supply, and from this circuit you easily see what we other technicians always call the VPH. So you see how you tend to get a VPH in a mobile phone. You might be thinking that the VPH was some secret line somewhere. The VPH is not a secret line, it's just the main power supply that gets into the power manager IC. So using schematic diagrams, you can see that it's known as the VPH line or the VBAT SYS when you are looking into schematic diagrams, in which in this course you also study this. You also study how to find all these lines in your schematic diagram. You understand? So when you find them in your schematic diagrams, you'll be able to use the PCB layout to find the lines in the PCB itself, and that's how you troubleshoot using schematic diagrams. Okay, so I think we will end the live for today. Yeah, don't forget to check out my course. I'm going to pin it in the comment section so that you can check. Like I said, it's the promotion will be only for 1 week. 1 week, so after that no discount anymore. So right now, like I said, it's 58% discount. Instead of $230, you are getting it for $100 just for 1 week. So you just get it right now before everything expires. So thank you and see you soon. I will be dropping a video like tomorrow. Yeah, right, the 26th I will drop a video, so you can, the software video, you can stick to it and subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the notification bell to get notified anytime that I upload that video.